And this is our slide deck 1.2 for our HRS leadership team for Kathy Pilkington, Amy Ellers, Marie Hammond, and Carly Holt is our HRS team. So this is our slide deck for our data and results.
Okay, and then this next slide shows our data for our area 1.2. So students, parents, and the community perceive the school environment as safe and orderly. This first set of results was the survey taken back in 2021-2022. So our overall staff surveyed as a 2.2, and our students at a 3.89, and our parents at a 4.14. So if you click this link down here, it will show the data and what questions were asked to the students, staff, and parents. And then we did a follow-up survey this school year, 2022 and 2023, on our students and our parents, although the question asked does not match the question that was originally asked in the first survey. So the follow-up student survey is asking students how they feel the playground is safe and orderly. So if you click that middle link, it'll upload the data for the students. And then we also asked parents if they feel our parent lane is a safe and orderly place to pick up their students. So if you click that link, it'll pop up the data for the parent survey.
And both of those surveys were just quick data surveys that were just printouts that the principal had on a clipboard and was asking parents as they came through the pickup lane, and students as they went into lunch and going out to recess. So those were just quick survey data pieces.
Okay. And then we, as far as students, parents, and the community perceive the school environment as safe and orderly, we declared this as an area of strength according to our data in the 2021-2022 school year. It declares it as an area of strength because of our students and parent survey results. Even though the survey results from the staff shows that this is an area of weakness, we have several procedures and protocols in place to keep our school safe for students. These are practiced regularly. They are updated and reviewed periodically by our safety committee and are shared with our staff, students, and parents regularly. As a leadership team, we have decided to improve upon 1.2, so we have implemented an action plan to create a safer and more orderly school environment.
And we just didn't include staff in that follow-up survey because really the question for 1.2 didn't include staff. It really was just students and parents and community, so that's the data that we included.
So these are our lagging indicators. They were what was included at the time of the survey. So we had evacuation drills in place. We had lockdown and earthquake drills in place. We have an exit map. We have the bus evacuation drill. We have a parent pickup, lane duty, and supervision. And we also have arrival and dismissal procedures in place as well. And then also, in continuing our lagging indicators, we have our school counselor that comes and visits each class weekly to present the SEL lessons, and we have also implemented a school-wide PBIS support system, such as the HUGS program, to positively respond to students who need extra support with behavior. So the following slides will link all of the evidence that goes with those lagging indicators.
And this first one shows a poster that is posted near every classroom, as well as up and down the halls throughout the school. Whether it be a lockdown, a lockout, an evacuation, a shelter in place, all of the steps to take are right there on these posters that you really can't turn and take a few steps in the building without having access to one. So it tells you or reminds you exactly what to do in any of those situations. Again, those are practiced regularly as documented in 1.1.
And also, if you click that arrow within the evacuation procedures, it pulls up all of the procedures for the evacuation.
And as noted, there's the evacuation map posted at each doorway headed out, not just each classroom, but if you're in the gym or the office or in other areas of the school, there'll be your nearest evacuation route as well as an alternate route.
And the procedures that are included in the link, well, like the evacuation procedures with that arrow link, all of those procedures are in a safety folder in a safety bag that is read in every classroom. So every teacher has a copy of all of the procedures for substitutes or for anybody that's visiting. Those procedures are readily available in a safety bag and safety folder.
And then another safety item that is addressed annually is the bus evacuation procedures. And if you can see here, the students are taught how to not only properly get onto a bus, but how to safely and properly evacuate a bus should there be an emergency.
And so that was a little bit different this year. Previously through the district, we had done an evacuation just off-site, just with one bus, and this year we did all of our students, all of our student body, whether they ride a bus or not, since they all sometimes go on a field trip or do different things. Previously, last year, just students that rode the bus home and to school were the ones that did the evacuation drill, but this year all students did the evacuation drill.
Yep.
Okay, then we have the parent pickup, duty and supervision. So we have all the procedures on the left-hand side for arrival and dismissal. We have staff, office administration, communication. They have walkie-talkies, so they are able to speak with the office staff if they need to. And then we have the parent pickup lane procedures. So students know exactly what to expect, and parents know exactly what to expect when they're arriving or picking up.
Okay, and then we have our weekly SEL lessons that are provided by our counselor. Within here, we have our Counselor's Choice curriculum, which is the curriculum that is used by our counselor when she comes in to teach to our students. And then over here, we have a sample lesson, a video of her teaching to the students. So it's a great way to empower students to use skills taught in the lessons to manage conflict at home, school, or within the community.
And I think that sample lesson is in a first grade classroom. Is that correct?
Correct.
I think it is your classroom. Is that correct?
It is my classroom, yes.
And then next we see an example of a hug swarm to continue on with that social emotional learning and keeping the school safe for those students that need a little bit of extra attention. We put them on a hugs program. They just need an opportunity to say hello and give an update, as well as at the end of the day to say goodbye and to have that form to take home and share how their day was, what they're working on for the next day, and kind of helps us keep track of those kiddos that just need a little extra support.
And within that arrow, if you click the Hugs program, it kind of outlines our Hugs at Bunker and kind of just a brief synopsis, the same thing that Marie was describing. Okay. And then this is our action plan. So because we decided to improve upon 1.2, these are all the things that we have been working on this year to try to implement within it. So we have worked on implementing a new playground safety plan. The organizational leadership team kind of collaborated and put that together. We also have our school-wide expectations handbook and discipline matrix. We have a new home to school notification system, which allows secretaries to take messages and then kind of put those into an envelope so teachers have a quick, easy way to see if students are going home a different way than previously anticipated. And then we also have our district Stop It Anonymous reporting system for students. And we also have our quick survey that was given to parents asking them how safe they feel our parent pickup lane was. And then the following slides kind of show the evidence to back up all of these things that we have implemented this year.
Okay, then we have the school-wide expectations handbook. On the left is a link to that handbook and the expectations of the site, and then a discipline matrix on the right, which is new this year for the site. And this is the Bobcat organizational leadership team and our PBIS team met and came up with this and shared it out.
And then
Sorry, I was just going to say that the on the right, the discipline matrix is still in draft form. We are still getting input from teachers and brainstorming ways to make sure that we kind of used a template, and we want to make sure that it works for our school. And so we're giving teachers time to kind of review that and come back with some adaptions or changes, or even a different proposal, so that building wide we have something in place definitely beginning next year.
And then just backing up a slide too real quick here is that playground expectations that the organizational team put together for this year. And it came out and we were sharing that within our classroom so that all students, teachers, staff were all on the same page as far as the new playground expectations.
And moving down, you see that new home to school notification system. This was part of our efforts to improve upon in this area. The notes that come into the office throughout the day for a student go into the teacher's envelope right there, and then just moments before the bell, designated students deliver that mail to the teachers, and this way we avoid those mishaps of students being picked up or going home a different way, not getting those late in the day messages, especially, that cause a lot of heartache for parents when they find out their student isn't where they thought they were supposed to be. So this has proven to be invaluable in many ways for just keeping tabs on where kids are going at the end of the day, and not interrupting the instructional time to deliver every student message as it comes into the building.
And we did this kind of in response to, we actually had an incident earlier in the year where a student was, there was some miscommunication about the message that mom had called in to deliver, and it was scary for everyone at school, and the student was okay, but it made us really kind of reflect of how we could tighten up the process. So as our secretaries are taking phone calls all day long from parents about different ways that they want their student to go home that day, the teachers, or the secretaries, sorry, take a note on a carbon copy, little slip that's a note to go home that has kind of icons of walking or riding the bus or what they're doing, and then the secretary keeps the carbon copy for our records and then puts the other note in an envelope for the teacher labeled for their classroom. And then we ask teachers to either come down or send someone down to get their envelope at a certain time during the day. I want to say it's 2 o'clock.
1:55.
Okay. Just in an effort to try to make sure the secretaries have entered all the notes into the envelopes, because we do get calls right up till the last minute. So we were just trying to circle around some of the errors that we had noticed before, and this has really been, I think, pretty slick for us, making sure that we're getting those notes to students on time and that they're accurate. So I think it's been a big improvement. The secretaries have mentioned they also like it quite a bit.
I think that's great.
Yes. Okay, the Stop It anonymous reporting system for students was a new program that we brought into District 91 this year. And so students and parents, and really anybody, we have signs in the building, and we also send out a communication to parents on an email and a text message. And then it's also part of our website that you can anonymously report any kind of concern that you might have of safety. Students can anonymously report. It goes to the Stop It system, and it's filtered there for content and for the urgency of the message, and then those messages come to the principals and to the district office so that we can respond in a timely manner. I have an email system that I check for that, and I'm happy to report we have not received any anonymous reports yet for Bunker. I think we started it a little bit late in the fall, maybe October, November-ish, but we have not received any anonymous reports yet, but I do have a system where I check.
Okay.
And we have the parent lane survey. So the principal went out and just interviewed parents at the pickup and just asked them if they were feeling that it was a safe process. And we have 9 that strongly agreed that it was safe, 6 that agreed, and 1 that somewhat agreed. So the overall was a 3.5 on that.
And I think if you click that link on the arrow, it'll show the question and like the little form that that I took around to parents at the pickup lane, and just asked them the question and had them either circle it or circled it for them and took feedback that way. And then it has our data at the bottom of it as well.